Hello viewers and welcome to another session of Architectural Plan. In the last sessions, we have seen how to create an architectural plan and then assign appropriate dimensions. Few are primary and few are secondary. In this session, we will see how a planting area is added to an existing architectural plan. In different countries, different norms are used. Somewhere it is called planter, somewhere it is called garden, and so on. The approach used here is fine, but since the planter is an irregular manner, it could have been done using a spline as well. But as I always say, there is no hard and fast rule to complete a specific task in AutoCAD, as one can choose different approach to get the same results. The results are the most important. So here, an outline for the planter is being drawn. Upon analyzing this video, I have seen one flaw and that must be catered, which is exploding of the hatch. A hatch must always be consistent and constrained. It should not be exploded, because if we explode a hatch, small traces might appear. Although the user removes or deletes those specific exploded unwanted area, but still, due to the very small size, some traces may be left. You will see after hatching, this user has exploded the view, and it will create some needless concern. Even after this session, few traces would be found and removed in the next sessions. As I told you before, that small traces might be left over. If a close boundary made by line segments and splines were made, like I mentioned before, there was no need to do this task, and a lot of time would have been saved. Once the entire surface is selected as per requirement, the hatch would be produced. Since we want to show a grass representation, we can use the cross hatch or whatever we want, because there is a variety of hatch presets already in almost all versions of AutoCAD. The version I'm using here is 2020-2021, while in the older versions you can also find the similar hatch patterns. Here you can see a small region is still there, so it must be catered. Like we did on the top surfaces, we have to do the same for these surfaces as well in order to get a nice hatch along the curve which we created right in the start of the session. Soon as this hatching is done, I will show the other approach which I mentioned in the start of this session by simply using the line segment, a spline, and then the simple hatch command to get rid of all these tedious tasks. Now you can observe that due to exploding of this hatch, some unnecessary traces have been found and they need to be deleted. It will not only increase the time to complete the design but also increase the chances and the risk for errors like the small traces of these crosses inside the area where it is not required. So if you made the same mistake, you have to recheck thoroughly for each part of your architectural plan. Otherwise, the few traces could be found and it will disturb the overall consistency of your architectural plan. You can see outside the boundary, there are few traces that are being removed manually. Like this, you can select and remove the unwanted traces. However, they should not have been there in the first place. But sometimes we come across such type of scenarios where one has to do some unexpected things. So, you should know how to get rid of them. So this is how the planter or the gardening area has been completed using the segments and then the hatching command. Let's see my approach for the same scenario. For this, I have activated the line command. Here is a vertical line, a horizontal line, and then a small vertical line for reference. Now, using the spline command, I will create an irregular pattern similar to the one drawn by the student. If the exact pattern is not achieved in the first place, we can simply click and then manipulate using the anchor points until the desired geometry is created. In the next step, we can add a hatch. For instance, I have taken this cross hatch and from this point I can add any specific color and click the tick icon to complete the task. However, later on, we can also change the density like this. Now you have seen that the work which have been done in 5 to 6 minutes was just merely work of half minute. So in this way, you can use different approaches to get the same results. The most important thing is to get the most convenient method and those approaches which take lesser time. This was all about the session. See you in the next one. Till then, take care.